Forward Shadow outside it with Potter's Luck. Completing the front row there is Air Comedian and Law Girl. Back on 10 metres. They score up now, these 2-year-old pacers in the first event. They'll come down to the judge and complete 2 full circuits of the track here at Glenview Park, Traralgon. And they line up pretty well. Pretty good line for 2-year-old pacers. In fact, they're off and pacing in the first event, and showing some pace from the barriers was Forward Shadow. They all seem to get away cleanly, and Forward Shadow will be the early leader. From in second placing there on the rails was Justin's Dream. Cutting the breeze on the outside there as they go out of the straight was Air Comedian with 2 laps to go. Law Girl takes the rails. Dropping back to second last is Lauraville, and Potter's Luck brings up the rear. They head into the back straight, and the leader up front is Forward Show by 4 metres over Justin's Dream the inside. Then came Law Girl back on the rails. They're followed by further back then Air Comedian, who's dropped in on the rails. 6 metres away then came Lauraville, and last of all was Potter's Luck. They're in Indian file as they go down the back straight on the first occasion, and the leader is Forward Show. In second placing Justin's Dream, then came Law Girl. 6 or 7 metres away then came Air Comedian. A further gap of 8 metres then came Lauraville, and 4 metres away in last placing was Potter's Luck. Still in Indian file as they face round this time. They've got just over a lap to go as they straighten up, and the leader's done nothing wrong. Forward Show in front. In second placing Justin's Dream, then came Law Girl. Further back then on the inside was Air Comedian. They're followed by second last as Lauraville, and last of all Potter's Luck. A lap to go as they head into the back. About 800 metres out in the first here at Traralgon, and the leader is Forward Show. In second placing Justin's Dream the inside. They're followed by Law Gown still sticking to the rails. One off the fence now is Air Comedian. Then came Lauraville, and hooked out from the rear now making a run is Potter's Luck. They head into the back straight on the last occasion. About 500 metres to go, and the leader is Forward Show by 3 metres on Justin's Dream, who's about to hook out. They're followed by Law Girl in third placing. The outside then came Air Comedian. Covering up on the rails, Lauraville, and Potter's Luck still back at the rear. They swing to that top circle, and still the leader is Forward Show. Justin's Dream has had a dream run on the leader's back. Then came Law Girl. Further back then, commencing a run from the rear was Potter's Luck, Lauraville, and last of all Air Comedian. They swing for home. Forward Show, given a couple of taps with the whip, has got away 5 metres in front of Justin's Dream. Hooked out down the outside, and getting up along the inside is Lauraville. Here's a go in the first. Forward Show getting very tired. Lauraville coming home. Forward Show, and flashing it down the outside was Potter's Luck, but hanging on to win was Forward Show. Potter's Luck might have just got second from Lauraville, the rails. In the centre of them was Justin's Dream. Then came Law Girl, and last in was Air Comedian. Stand by for placings in the first. I think you'll find number 6 Forward Show's hung on to win. Wouldn't have wanted to be much further though. One that's come late on the scene from well back was Potter's Luck, and Lauraville was the one getting up along the inside. A 3-way go here for the first event to separate 6 Forward Show, so I fancy may have just hung on to win from the fast finishing Potter's Luck the outside and Lauraville the inside, and splitting that pair in the centre was Justin's Dream, not too far away either. Stand by for numbers on the first. Placing should be through shortly. Forward Show, Potter's Luck, and Lauraville are the 3 here. And here they come now. Yep. 684. Yeah, right. Okay, thanks mate. Tap. Yep. By neck by 2. Thanks mate. Tap. Placings as called in the first, 6, 8 and 4. The winner, number 6 Forward Show. Second, number 8 Potter's Luck. And third has gone to number 4 Lauraville, placing 6, 8 and 4 on the first event. Forward Show the winner, Potter's Luck second, and Lauraville third. The winner scored by 1.5 metres with a neck between second and third, and a further 2 metres away to Justin's Dream. It would have been there for fourth. about to be brought forward for the running of the second event here at Traralgon this afternoon. This is over 1,700 metres. They start in the home straight and complete 2 laps of the track. They're all pacing cleanly behind the machine. All set for a start in the first, the second, and the green light's up and they're away and pacing, and showing pace from the barriers was Petite Brilliance. A good charge for the early lead. Petite Brilliance driving up along the inside. Lady Marn and Charlie Butler on the outside is 3 wide out of the straight on the first occasion, and dropping in for the sitters Our Master Silver. Sea Spark drops back to last of all. Heading into the back straight, sorting themselves out, and Lady of Marnett is the leader. From up on the outside, cutting the breeze there is Charlie Butler. They've put 6 or 7 metres on the remainder of them. Petite Brilliance being passed on the outside there by Beveridge Boy. They're followed by, further back was Our Master Silver, then came Sea Spark, and back at the rear of the field is Preswell Talk. They head to that top circle on the first occasion, and Lady of Marnett is the leader. Charlie Butler drops in on the rails second, then came Beveridge Boy. Off around the outside, hitting that outside division was Our Master Silver. From back on the inside, Petite Brilliance. They're followed by Sea Spark in the running line, and last of all is Preswell Talk. They face the bell this time, 900 metres to go, just over a lap out in the second event, and the leader doing it okay is Lady of Marn. In second placing, Charlie Butler. Working up now on the outside was Our Master Silver, covering up the rails Beveridge Boy. Then came Sea Spark, getting right up along the inside there was Petite Brilliance, and back to the rear still is Preswell Talk. They head into the back, 750 metres out in the second event, and the leader is Lady of Marn. Again 3 metres out in front. Beveridge Boy second, they're followed by on the inside Petite Brilliance being passed there the outside as they head into the back by Charlie Butler. Then came Our Master Silver, hooked out 3 wide, coming into it quickly there is Sea Spark, and still back at the rear Pres Talk under the whip. Off the back they swing, 400 metres to go, and Lady of Marnett is the pilot. It's been there from the outset. In second placing came Beveridge Boy. They're followed by the one running on smartly is Sea Spark. Then came back on the inside is Our Master Silver. The rest are well back in it, headed up by Pres Will Talk. They swing for home, Lady of Marn in front. Under the whip down the outside is Beveridge Boy, slowly but surely picking it up, and they're clear from Sea Spark, Our Master Silver. It's Beveridge Boy going to the lead. Lady of Marn battling on the inside. Here's a go. Oh, Beveridge Boy, I think, might have just won from Lady of Marn on the line. It's a close go. Third went to Sea Spark. They're followed by Our Master Silver. Then came Preswell Talk. Second last in was Petite Brilliance. And Charlie Butler was last of all. Stand by for placings on the second event. Another close go. In fact, it's closer than the first. Maybe number 9, Beveridge Boy on the outside. Yep. 4, 9, 7 and 2. Thank you. 9, 7 and 2. Well, number 4's hung on to win, Lady of Marn. It is tricky, this angle. I can remember Melbourne Cup Day here calling the meeting, and a couple of photos tricked me. Number 4, Lady of Marn, has hung on to win here from the fast finishing 9, Beveridge Boy. 3rd to 7, Sea Spark, and officially 4th to 2, Our Master Silver. Number 4, Lady of Marn, the winner. 2nd to 9, Beveridge Boy, and 3rd to 7, Sea Spark, placings 4, 9, 7. Officially 4th. Number 2 after the running of the second event on the program. Number 4, 2 laps to go. Release point about 50 metres before the line in the front straight. Perfect day for harness racing here at Traralgon, Trobe Valley Trotting Club. Now they better line now, pacing up behind the mobile barrier. Robin's Way here on the inside with Foot Raider, Festive Lee. One's gone into a gallop there. It was First Ricky. And they're away and pacing in the third event, and one of the early leaders is Festive Lee. From up on the outside, Toledo's Triumph out of the straight. Dropping back for the sit there is Pippi Pippi Doos as they head into the back straight, and the one that galloped early is tailed off, and that's First Ricky. Sorting themselves out into the back straight, and Festively it is the leader. From up on the outside going to second, Toledo's Triumph, covering up Robin's Way the inside. They're followed by further back came Pippi Doos, hooked out from the rear making a run as Foot Raider. Back towards the rear was Chapel Beauty, and last of all, getting a bit closer now, was First Ricky. Down the back they go, not a great deal of pace on at all, and Festively it is the leader from Foot Raider moving up the outside. Then came Robin's Way, being covered up there by Toledo's Triumph. Then came Chapel Beauty, Pippi Doos on his outside, and back at the rear of the field was First Ricky about to tack onto the field. They come round the turn, they'll face the bell this time, about 1,000 metres out in the third event, and Festively it is on the inside. Done nothing wrong, moving up close to the outside Foot Raider, then came back on the rails Robin's Way, the outside one by one being enjoyed by Toledo's Triumph, then came tracking it up Pippi Doos in the running line from back on the rails Chapel Beauty, and 6 metres away last of all was First Ricky. 750 metres to go as they swing into the back straight on the final occasion, and Festively the leader from on the outside Foot Raider, who's had the harder of the two runs. Then came locked up on the inside Robin's Way with nowhere to go. Moving up the outside Toledo's Triumph, they're followed by Chapel Beauty with nowhere to go. The outside was Pippi Doos, and last of all, the best part of 15 metres away was First Ricky. Heading down the back midway between the far turns, 400 metres out, and Festively it is still the leader, still sticking on the outside Foot Raider, then came back on the inside Robin's Way, still nowhere to go. From the outside then came Toledo's Triumph, they're followed by Chapel Beauty getting out from Pippi Doos, and last of all First Ricky tailed off. Around the home turn they swing, Festively still in front, moving up Foot Raider, and here's the fresh horse on the scene. Right down the outside Toledo's Triumph enjoyed the 1-1 sit, and Toledo's Triumph has worked to the lead. Coming home well Chapel Beauty from the rear, but Toledo's Triumph an easy winner. Getting right up along the inside Robin's Way will have just got second. Chapel Beauty's there for third, along with Festively, and in the centre there was Pippi Doos. Foot Raider was well back, and one of the last one in there was First Ricky. Stand by for placings. Yep. 6, 1, 4. Thank you, Tap. 6, 1 and 4. The numbers 6, 1, 4. The winner, number 6, Toledo's Triumph. Enjoyed the 1-by-1 sit. Hooked out at the top of the straight. Timed his run to perfection, the driver there, Jane Davies. Jane Davies timing the run to perfection on Toledo's Triumph. As I said, enjoyed the 1-by-1 sit for most of the journey. Hooked out at the top of the straight. Has come home far too well to win. Second placing went to number 1, Robin's Way, poking up along the inside, and Festively, the early leader, has wound up third, not too far away, Foot Raider, and also Chapel Beauty, who was coming home when it was all over. 6, 1 and 4, the judges' numbers official on the third event on the program. I can give it a mention. 12th? I think it is, actually. I think he said the 12th. He did. Yep. Now they're forming up behind the machine. Coming up into line for the 4th event. Behind the TAB harness racing here next Friday week, the 12th of April. Trove Valley Trotting Club harness racing TAB. Now, they're just about set for a start, all pacing cleanly. Ready, and the green light's up, and they're off and racing this time in the 4th event. And down on the inside, Karamia Mammy begun as well as anything, with Seiko Lad hunted up early. All one's gone into a gallop there, Tiffany Valley, and he's out of business as they head into the back straight. And the leader on the inside is Karamia Mammy. Going back to the rails, Seiko Lad in second placing. Then came Port Richmond. They're followed by, back on the inside, came Drew and Lad being covered up the outside. Leading that outside division was Cashmere Girl. Then came further back on Cashmere Girl's back was Winston Breeze. They're followed by Just Bert. Dropping out to second last was Rival Star. And the best part of 60 metres away last of all, down and pacing again, is Tiffany Valley. They swing to that top circle this time. A lap and a half out, and the leader is Karamia Mammy. By 1.5 metres, the outside Kashmir Girl getting closer. Then came back on the inside was Seiko Lad being covered up by Port Richmond. Druin Lad's back on the rails from up on the outside Winston Breeze, who's hooked out now 3 wide. They're followed by Just Bert, and further back in the field there, back to second last in fact is Rival Star, and still last of all tailed off is Tiffany Valley. The leader is Karamia Mammy, being taken on the outside as they go past the judge with 1 to go, 850 metres out. Winston Breeze moving up on the outside now of Karamia Mammy, working up 3 wide Just Bert. They're followed by Kashmir Girl back in the centre, back on the inside with nowhere to go Seiko Lad. Then came back on the inside was Druin Lad, being covered up the outside there by Port Richmond, and back to second last Rival Star and Tiffany Valley. Hopeless, into the back they head. The leader is Karamia Mammy the inside, moving up on the outside Just Bert, still battling away the centre there was Winston Breeze. It's a line of 3. They're followed by further back then came Kashmir Girl. Further on the inside was Seiko Lad. They're followed by commencing a run around the outside. Then came Port Richmond. They swing to that top circle and working to the lead now. Just Bert skipped away 3 or 4 in front of Karamia Mammy under the whip. They're followed by the outside Winston Breeze and Rival Star from a long way back. In the straight though, Just Bert is well clear. Down the outside battling away Winston Breeze. From further back then came Karamia Mammy and Kashmir Girl, but in no danger whatsoever. Just Bert records an easy win. Second placing went to Winston Breeze. Third on the inside there was Kashmir Girl. Wider out then came Rival Star. They're followed by back behind them then came Port Richmond. Further afield Karamia Mammy, Druin Lad. Back behind them also there was Seiko Lad, and just coming in now was Tiffany Valley. Stand by for the placings after the 4th event on the program. Placings coming through. 6935. Thank you. Number 6, Just Bert the winner. Second to 9, Winston Breeze. Third goes to 3, Kashmir Girl, and officially 4th to 5, Rival Star. Placing 6, 9, 3 and 5 on the 4th event. Andrew Cowper from Traralgon. Number 3, Mud Pie, driven by Tracy Bettles from Churchill. Number 4 is Little Duke, Stephen Cowper from Sale. And 5, Dusty, driven by Brett Hunter from Trafalgar. So that's Shabu, Ragadon, Mud Pie, Little Duke and Dusty. Now, Shabu and Ragadon will start from a front mark. From 70 metres will be Mud Pie, 90 metres Little Duke, and 100 metres Dusty. Just helping you out there, the Shabu there, the dark brown horse, number 1. Ragadon, the little grey there, Andrew Cowper aboard, number 3. Brown horse in the driver Tracy Bettles, white cap, and the black and red checks, blue sleeves. Number 4 is Little Duke, in the brown, the yellow diamonds, and number 5 is quite a big pony there. Number 5, Dusty, Brett Hunter aboard, and they're making their way onto the track for the pony race. Now we're just standing by for a start. They look to be pretty good at the moment, and they're often racing this time in the pony race here at Traralgon. And let's have a look up they all paced away okay, and the early leader will be Ragadon, the grey, with Andrew Cowper aboard. He works to the lead. Andrew rocking back and forward there in the cart on Ragadon. Shabu came out slowly but safely. Let's have a look back for the others. Number 3, Mud Pie, with Tracy Bettles aboard's going okay. Back in the field, Little Jerk a bit slow on the inside, being passed there by Dusty. Now they work down the back straight, and still that leader is Ragadon. Ragadon's the best part of 20 metres out in front of Shabu in second placing. Then came further back was Mud Pie. On the outside, the white horse Dusty making up ground. And back in last placing's Little Duke. They work to the top circle. And Andrew Cowper aboard Ragadon. Andrew, a local boy from here at Traralgon on Ragadon. He's nicely out in front. In second placing now, Shabu goes into a bit of a gallop there. Then came Mud Pie, who's down okay. A few skips there from Dusty, and still back at the rear Little Duke. I'd like to be on this leader around. Oh, one's in a bit of a foul mood there, Shabu. It's galloping there. Darren Hughes from Pakenham. He's almost pulled this one up. Shabu. It's in a very bad mood, old Shabu there, and they round the home turn, and this is Ragadon. The driver Andrew Cowper sneaking a look over the shoulder, and one's actually stopped there at the top of the straight. Anyway, we've got Ragadon in front, working up to second now, Dusty. Then came further back was Little Duke. Here's a go. It's still Ragadon in front for Andrew Cowper. He keeps it going, making up ground there on the outside. Second placing Dusty, but he just gets there. Give him a round of applause. Andrew Cowper from Traralgon winning on Ragadon. Dusty got second. Here's Little Duke in for third. Shabu, the one that was putting on the back jumping exhibitions, down again for Darren Hughes, and here he comes down about to complete the race. And the one that pulled up at the top of the straight there would be Mud Pie for Tracy Bettles. There they are, ladies and gentlemen, the ponies. Always a great exhibition to see the ponies go round. And there's Ragadon, our winner, Andrew Cowper from Traralgon, returning for a start in the next event, 1700 metres. It's the fifth event here at Traralgon Rally Club. And they're all pacing up well behind the machine. Field of 7 to run here. Pacing in the desired manner, the green light comes up and they're off and pacing in the fifth event, and showing some pace from the outside, Whitney from driving up along the inside, a Bayside Bill, Calbino the centre early, and that means Whitney's trapped 3 wide around that first turn. Dropping back then on the rails came Jimmy Fleetfoot there, followed by Trivoli. Then came further back was Fast Break, and dropping out to last of all the lead. Sorting themselves out into the back, Bayside Bill it is the leader. By a sulky's length the outside came Whitney. They're followed by the inside Jimmy Fleetfoot. From the outside now the 1 by 1 is enjoyed by Calbino. They're followed by the rails came Trivoli. Further back then was Fast Break, and dropping out to last of all the lead. To that top circle they swing, and the leader Bayside Bill a sulky's length. The outside moving up closer now was Whitney. They're followed by, back on the inside, Jimmy Fleetfoot. The outside is Calbino. They're followed by Trivoli. Then came, as they come round the turn this time, was Fast Break, and last of all the lead. Well, about 900. And is Bayside Bill. Whitney has had the harder of the 2 runs on the outside. Then Jimmy Fleetfoot with nowhere to go, locked up on the inside there of Calbino. They're followed by the inside Trivoli, being covered up the outside by Fast Break, and the lead is back in the running line in last placing. They head into the back about 750 metres out, and it's still Bayside Bill the pilot. Whitney the outside, then came back on the inside. Jimmy Fleetfoot's enjoyed a nice run, but he'll need some luck to get out from there. Then came Calbino. They're followed by further back the inside, then came Trivoli from Fast Break commencing a run, and still back at the rear of the field was the lead. Midway between the far turns down the back, 400 metres to go, Bayside Bill the leader. Whitney moving up stylishly the outside now, putting pressure on that leader. They're followed by Jimmy Fleetfoot wider out on the track, then came Calbino commencing a run, and 4 wide on the turn is Fast Break under the whip. They swing for home, Bayside Bill the leader, but picking it up quickly now, Whitney's gone past it. They're followed by further back Fast Break down the outside with Calbino. Working to the lead, Whitney close to home. Right down the outside with a strong run is Fast Break. Whitney in front. Fast Break trying to pick it up but won't. Whitney wins. Fast Break got second. Third went to Jimmy Fleetfoot in front of Calbino. They're followed by further back was Bayside Bill. Then came Trivoli, and last in was the lead. Stand by for the placings on the 5th event. You'll find that number 4 Whitney will be the winner. Here they come, official. Yep. 4, 6, 7. Right, thank you. 4, 6 and 7. The numbers official, 4, 6 and 7. The winner, number 4, Whitney. Second, number 6, Fast Break. And third has gone to number 7, Jimmy Fleetfoot. Placings official, 4, 6 and 7 on the 5th event. Number 4, Whitney, driven by Oak. Now, they're under starters' orders. They're being brought forward. Quiet Hero on the inside with Encore Carome and Fiery Nina. And those back on 10 metres are Wilkes Hanover, Searching, and also Total Joy. Now the field being brought forward to the strands for the 6th event. Encore Carome moves up. Now those 10 metre horses being brought along the front row. Oh, there's one up in the air. Fiery Nina down quickly. Facing the wrong way at the moment. Brought up once again, the 10 metre line, and moving towards their position. Searching, Total Joy the outside of the back row. And they brought up better. Pretty good line, and off they go. They're away in pacing, aside from Fiery Nina, who's in a gallop. Oh, now in a gallop also is Encore Carome, and Searching took a while to get going. The one that paced away cleanly was Quiet Hero, who lead into that first turn. Going up to second along the inside was Wilkes Hanover. Leading the outside division there, Fiery Nina. They're followed by Total Joy. Getting back to second last was Encore Carome. And last of all, the fairway back is Searching. They swing round the top turn. They'll face 2 laps to go this time. It's about 2 1/4 laps out on the lead.
Quiet Hero.
Sneaking a look over the shoulder, ranging up on the outside in second, placing at Soggy's length away as Fiery Nina. Then came back on the inside, Wilkes Hanover. The 1x1 enjoyed by Total Joy, then followed by Encore Carome, and catching the field in last placing was Searching. Out of the straight they head, a lap and 3/4 out in the 6th event, and the leader on the inside is Quiet Hero. By 1.5 metres the outside, Fiery Nina. Then came back on the inside was Wilkes Hanover. The 1x1 Total Joy from back on the rails then came Encore Carome. They're followed by further back then came Searching. They head down the back midway between the far turns, a lap and a half out, and the leader is Quiet Hero. Moving up on the outside, Fiery Nina. Then came back on the inside was Wilkes Hanover. 1x1 Total Joy from back on the inside, Encore Carome. And in last placing, tacking onto the field now, is Leonie Collins on Searching. They swing round the turn this time. They've got just over a lap to go. They'll face the bell. The leader is Quiet Hero's done nothing wrong up front. The harder of the 2 runs, Fiery Nina on the outside, moves up now to join that leader. They're followed by back in third place in the inside was Wilkes Hanover. Total Joy the outside, then came Encore Carome and Searching in last placing. They head past the judge. They've got short of a lap to go now, and Quiet Hero, the leader, the driver there, sneaking a look over his shoulder. In second placing, Fiery Nina moves up the outside. Then came Wilkes Hanover back on the inside. They're followed by further back came Encore Carome around the outside with a crack or two with the whip. There is Total Joy. They're followed by Searching back in last placing but commencing a run. They're down the back. One's gone for a gallop. Fiery Nina goes for a gallop there in the final occasion, drops right back through the field. This leaves Quiet Hero clear by 3 or 4 metres. In second placing, Wilkes Hanover. Total Joy now left up on the outside in the breeze. They're followed by Encore Carome, further back Searching, and Fiery Nina's tailed off 20 metres last of all. Quiet Hero, it is the leader around the turn. Moving up on the outside, coming home well now, is Wilkes Hanover, and they're clear from Total Joy under the whip, still making ground. It's still in front, Quiet Hero, trying hard right down the outside, Total Joy. Total Joy's gone to the lead, and Total Joy wins. Second placing, Quiet Hero, 2 metres away. Third was Encore Carome. They're followed by further back then came